It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I got a beer from Deya Brewing Company, and it's called Swam, the Straits of Johar. It's a double IPA at 8% ABV, but I've come across this before. I've come across this name before. If you go, well, you're already here. You're on YouTube. Do it after you've watched this review. But put into YouTube, Swam, the Straits of Johar. And you will see a video. It's about 1 minute 50 long. I know, because I just watched it. And it's by a man called Sykes. Extremely intelligent man that had a go at the British heavyweight title boxing match. And he explains that in this video that he's been to Russia, Germany, he's been all over the world, and he's experienced the world. And he said that he swam the Straits of Johar. And he said if a shark come near him, he would have punched it in the ear hole. And I just watched it, and I was thinking to myself, I've seen this before. I've seen this name before, because I'm quite interested in this guy. The reason why I'm interested in Sykes is the same reason that I'm interested in Alex Higgins, and it's the same reason that I'm interested in other interesting people in the world. Your Fred Dibners, people who actually do stuff in life, people who do stuff, but they're also living their life on the edge. It's always exciting. There's never a dull moment. They're the people I'm interested in life. So I've come across Sykes, put him in YouTube, Google him. Really interesting bloke. Really interesting bloke. This can cost me £7.35 from Cardiff Discount Drinks. It's we're talking about a double IPA here at 8% ABV. I think I'd have to drink this double IPA to swim the Straits of Johar. I'm not a great swimmer, me. I can swim a bit. I can do a couple of lengths, but I'm not the greatest of swimmers. This is definitely about Sykes. Definitely. They put a heavy hitting. They start off the can with a heavy-hitting Southern Hemisphere showcase. Nelson, Motorweek and Vic Secret. This is definitely a tribute beer to Sykes. Now, it's Sykes with a Y. When you put it into YouTube, it's Sykes with a Y. I think S. I can't. At this stage of the day, I can't spell his name. SYK. It started with SYK. You'll find him. Sykes. British boxer. You'll find him. He also liked a couple of beers as well. 2-finger white head. Good levels of carbonation. Hazy looking beer. Straw coloured. Let's get the aroma. Full on. Absolutely full on. Grapefruit, passion fruit, mango, orange peel, fleshy blood orange, spicy, peppery, little bit of sweetness. It smells terrific. Now, Deya Brewing, based in Cheltenham in the UK. I've been to their brewery. I've had a few beers in their tap room. Terrific stuff. Let's dive in. Cheers, everyone. Wow. That is so clean. I forgot to talk on the first taste. I went straight in for that second taste. It was bang first taste, bang second taste. It grips you. It takes over all of your senses. It makes you want to just dive in and carry on drinking it. What a fantastic, fantastic example of a double IPA. And it's no wonder the Deya Brewing Company have got one of the best reputations of being a brewing company in the UK. They're probably up there with the likes, well, they are up there with the likes of Verdant's, Cloudwater, Polly's and Deya. They're probably your main kind of double IPA brewers in the UK. If you can get to that level, if you can produce, pardon me, if you can produce that top quality IPA, double IPA, pale ale that these guys can do, then you are really onto a winner. You are really, really onto a winner, because people love it. People seem to love it. I love it. I think it's an interesting take on beer. It's an interesting concept on beer. Hazy double IPA, hazy IPA. It's so tutti fruity to begin with. It really is spiky. Brewdog used to use this term with their beers, spiky. And I totally understand that. Totally understand that term. It's so upfront. It's so, as soon as you put the beer in your mouth, it's bang, there's a load of hops. Incredible beer. But I'm going to say, and some of you might laugh at me. I don't mind. This has got a lot in common with German beer. If you think of German Weissbier, hazy as this, creates a great head. Okay, the flavours from a German Weissbier are predominantly from the yeast, not from the hops. But it's all about the flavour, whether it be this New England IPA, this double IPA, or a German Weissbier. It's about the flavour. It's not about what you're looking with these. I know, because I managed a country pub. I managed a country pub in Cowbridge in South Wales called the Red Fox. Managed that for a little while. And as soon as you poured a beer, the locals would lift it up and they'd look at it for any haze. And if there was any haze whatsoever in the beer, the locals would pass it back across the bar and say, I'm not drinking that, it's off. I would love to be a fly on the wall. I would love to be a fly on the wall if I could convince someone like maybe we put up some pop-up cameras. Maybe I speak to the landlord, because I'm still friendly with the owners of the pub. Maybe we do some kind of like spoof video where I contact these guys and say, hey, do you fancy putting on like a Deya New England IPA at maybe 5%? Because that's the other thing. Try and sell a beer over 4.5% ABV in a country pub. Very difficult thing to do. So it'd have to be about 5% ABV. But I imagine that they're pulling the hand pull type of thing. That's another thing. Keg beer. Can you do it with keg beer? Can we convince somebody like Deya to put a beer like this in cask? Hand pull it out, and then you hand this over the bar, this hazy, tropical looking beer. And, imagine seeing the face of these locals. My goodness me, I'm not drinking that. Yeah, the moral of my story here is that if you think of German Weissbier, it's been around for hundreds of years. Hundreds and hundreds of years. It's not like a new thing. The UK has this, traditionally the UK has this beer needs to be sparkling clean look about it. And you look at this, and you look at the haze, and you look at the look and the wonderful head and the wonderful, wonderful flavour in the beer. The wonderful look to match that flavour. It's incredible. Pineapple, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange, passion fruit. Little bit of that heat from the alcohol. It's 8% ABV, so you get a little tickle of that heat, that little feeling of the alcohol in the throat there. Wonderful stuff, absolutely wonderful. Love it. I imagine, God rest his soul, he's not alive anymore, but I imagine Paul Sykes at 8% ABV probably liked this beer. He would probably really like this beer. He wrote a book. Whilst he was in prison, he wrote a book. Very intelligent man. Very, very intelligent man. Anyway, a heavy-hitting Southern Hemisphere showcase. Nelson, Motorica and Vic Secret giving tangerine, juicy tropical fruit, lime and sweet grape over a thick body. Again, there's references here. He was the heavyweight, wasn't he? So there's a thick body. There's lots of references here to Paul Sykes. Based in Gloucester, Cheltenham in Gloucester Road in Cheltenham. Check it out, 500ml can, £7.35 a can, 8% ABV. Yeah, pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic. I like it. I really like it. I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.